Hey, welcome back. This is still the Afia Business Morning on Afia TV. Efforts aimed at improving access to funding and supporting innovation in the Southeast took center stage in Enugu yesterday as 30 selected startups were unveiled under the Southeast Venture Capital Program. The initiative, driven by the Southeast Development Commission, SEDC, brought together government officials, investors, innovators, and entrepreneurs to explore ways of unlocking business opportunities and strengthening enterprise development across the region. Afia TV correspondent Kosi Ene reports.
Innovators, startup founders, business leaders, and policymakers gathered at the International Conference Center Enugu for the event organized by the Southeast Development Commission to discuss the future of entrepreneurship and investment in the Southeast. The program focused on addressing the funding gap faced by many entrepreneurs in the region, particularly startups seeking capital to scale their ideas. In his welcome address, Chairman of the Southeast Development Commission, Dr. Emeka Wogu, described the initiative as an effort to connect innovators and entrepreneurs with funding opportunities. He noted that although the Southeast is rich in talent and ideas, many entrepreneurs still struggle with funding, adding that the strong response from innovators reflects growing interest in enterprise development across the region.
The Southeast has always been rich in entrepreneurial talent, resilience, and innovation. What has been missing historically is structured access to capital and institutional support needed to scale ideas into global competitive businesses.
In his opening address, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of SEDC, Mark Okoye, reflected on how many talented founders from the Southeast often move to Lagos, Abuja, or outside the country in search of funding opportunities. He said the initiative is designed to change that narrative by creating opportunities capable of supporting innovation and business growth within the region.
For every extremely brilliant founder, young man or woman, either in secondary school, in the technical colleges, or in the universities, be it Futo, UNN, UNIC, they've always had to run to Lagos, run to Abuja, or find a way to Japan in search of $4,000, $5,000 to develop an idea. So on today's, with the launch of this fund, Your Excellency, Mr. President, you are breaking that jinx in the Southeast forever.
Also speaking, the secretary to the Enugu State government, Professor Chidebere Onya, described the program as a strategic economic intervention capable of repositioning the Southeast within the global economy. He noted that the initiative reflects growing efforts to strengthen economic development and investment opportunities across the region.
At a time when economies across the world are increasingly driven by innovation, entrepreneurship, technology, venture, financing, and knowledge-based industries, this initiative demonstrates that the Southeast is ready to reposition itself competitively within the emerging global economic order.
The event also featured a fireside chat session where discussions centered on innovation, investment, and building sustainable businesses capable of solving everyday problems.
Timely interventions. Globally, we're seeing a move away from globalization, right? Countries are looking for inwards. And so the necessity for domestic capital has never been more critical.
During the conversation, entrepreneur Ugochukwu Arono encouraged innovators to focus on practical ventures and products that meet daily needs, stressing that solving real problems remains key to building sustainable enterprises and attracting long-term investments.
If we didn't have this light bulb on, this place would not be illuminated, right? Coming into this place, I saw the SEDC Wi-Fi, so there's internet here. Smart box, there are cameras here, so we have people, well, I'm being captured on camera, but there are security cameras. There are smart box that people use in their homes every day. There are Wi-Fi, routers, LED bulbs, right? These things, as simple as they may seem, are things that people use every single day.
A major highlight of the program was the presentation of grants to selected incubators and accelerators supporting startup development in the region. 10 incubators received grants of $5,000 each, while 20 accelerators were awarded $10,000 each to support enterprise growth and innovation. Delivering remarks on behalf of the President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the Minister of Finance, Taiwo Onyedele, described the initiative as a significant step towards strengthening belief in Nigerian enterprise. He noted that while opportunities exist within the country, access to structured funding has often remained a challenge, adding that programs like this are necessary to close that gap and encourage innovation.
This event is significant, not merely because of the capital being mobilized, but because of what it represents. It symbolizes belief in Nigerian enterprise, belief in the ingenuity of the Southeast.
Some award recipients also shared what the support means for their businesses and organizations.
It feels good. I really needed this win. You know how entrepreneurship can be. It can be tedious sometimes. But when you have a win like this, it motivates you and gives you that momentum to continue.
From just being one of the winners, but being one of the winners in the inaugural edition of this program kind of puts us as the people that they will certainly be using as example.
For many participants, the program represents a growing effort to create stronger support system for innovators and entrepreneurs in the Southeast, especially at a time where access to funding remains a major challenge for startups and small businesses. In Enugu, Kosi Ene for Afia TV.
Thank you very much, Kosi, for that report. I truly appreciate your efforts. All right, so we will go on a quick break, and when we come back, we will be joined by our guest. Please stay with us.